Yep. Finally. Wow. I have been planning this. Uh-oh. I have been planning this for, it seemed like forever. And I could not find a proper day to do it. But I said, you know what? Why not Christmas? Some of y'all are at work, and God bless you for that. Man, but we're going to have fun here. We're going to have a lot of fun here, man. Salute to everybody. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we're in the cave, baby. We in the cave. Yup. Y'all just pulling up. Salute to everybody. I see the family. You already know first things first. You know, I'm handing out, see my day ones over here. I'm handing out wrenches. You know, I see you, Anthony. I'm handing out wrenches. So it's going to look blue here in a minute. It's going to look blue here in a minute. It's going to look blue here in a minute, you know. And if I miss you, just know that I'm going to get you on the way out. Don't worry about it. See, there go my brother Philip D. But salute to everybody. Welcome. Let's reminisce. And trust me, I had to narrow it down to 4 because, you know, it is Christmas. I can't be here all day. I can't be here all day, but I'm only going to hold y'all for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And I said, man, there's so many villains I grew up with after school cartoons or you know, Saturday morning. But I had to narrow it down to 4 off the top of my head who were the worst of the absolute worst. Let's do this roll call real quick. The Jab Jamboree, my brother. Comic Cons. Yes, sir. My brother Axe, salute. Hey, I know that guy. Pep Talk. Drew Titan, salute. Stormy B-Man in the building. Mr. Shelton. Tay-Tay, future ex-wife, salute. The Queen. What's going on? Y'all must have forgot. John Pounds, Philip D. Little Paulo, what up, man? Anthony Bolton in the building. Big Joe Townsend. Y'all must have forgot. D-Man, what's good? Pooh Man, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? We just starting over here. I'm, you know, getting everything. Let me tighten some of my family up. Taking care of y'all. So what we got here? What we got here is I had to narrow it down. Trust me, there's more. And I said, you know, I can't do this morning. All right, no doubt, Stormy. I can't do, I thought about at least 13 people. 13 people. But I said, man, I got to narrow this motherfucker down to 4. Because we ain't trying to do this all day. You know, I still got to, do the dinner thing and still handing out gifts. But for those of you that are my age, maybe a little older, some of you who are younger, you know these faces. You know these faces, and man, were these guys the biggest jerks in the cartoons that we grew up. These guys were the biggest jerks. These guys were the biggest jerks like ever. We were like, yo, come on. Come on. This was some BS, man. And it would get worse and worse with each passing episode. You're like, what is going on here? Goodness. These guys were jerks. And Mr. Shelton, you know what? We spoke about that. We got to do a whole episode of Megatron. Because you're right, he was misunderstood. See, Megatron wanted to free his people. Megatron wanted to free his people. That's what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's move this out the way and bring in, wait, hold on. Why am I acting like I never worked StreamYard a day in my life? You know what? Because I'm excited. It's a new situation here. You know what I mean? So I brought in the sensei to help me this morning. Merry Christmas, good brother. How are you?
Merry Christmas, brother, and Merry Christmas to the chat. We've been waiting for this one, man.
Oh yeah.
This is just an extension of the Nerd Show.
It's like an extension. This is the bastard son of Nerds on Culture. So I tell you, you can't miss it, man. Me and Storm, we gonna hit you up with it. We gonna talk about everything here. We're gonna talk about everything. We're gonna hit you with. We're gonna do everything here. We're gonna do everything. Y'all like my tank top? Y'all ain't know I was a saying, did y'all? Y'all ain't know those black sayings? Y'all ain't know? Y'all ain't know? I am Brawley.
Hey, and mind me with a personal plug here this morning. Yesterday, I finally had a chance to watch Rebel Moon. Dude, everybody go out there and watch Rebel Moon on Netflix, man. That's like Zack Snyder's own Star Wars type of deal, man. It is fire. It is fire. And part 2 is coming in April. So you got plenty of time to watch it several times. Part 2 is coming in April. Listen, I'm going to do a review on it. It's awesome. And I just finally watched it yesterday. It's been out a couple of weeks, you know. What a show. What a movie.
Yeah. We got a lot to cover. And this is the freedom with Nerds on Culture and this channel. We're gonna kick our feet up. We're gonna kick it, man. See, Anthony, I had him there, but I had to narrow it down because I don't want to hold y'all all day. You know what I'm saying? Skeletor was up there, but I said, man, and you see, Mr. Shelton, I'm gonna need you on the panel when I do villains that were misunderstood. Magneto, Megatron, and there's a couple of other guys that were misunderstood. When you grow up, you're like, yo, watch this. We're gonna talk about Serpentor. He said he only know Megatron, he don't know everybody else. We're gonna talk about Serpentor. Serpentor was a product of a misunderstood original race. We're gonna cover all of that. Mojave, what up, brother? Gnarly Ray in the building. What's good, man? Pooh Man says, Yu Yu Hakusho spoiled me. Man, we're going to cover a lot of anime here, too. A lot of anime. So let's get to it, man. I want to discuss... You know what? Let's discuss Megatron first. Megatron on the lower left-hand side. From the Transformer animated series. Came out in the early 80s. I'm not going to get specific with years and stuff on here. If you know, you know. Megatron on the lower left-hand side. Decepticon. He transformed into a gun. I had the toy. He was one of the most difficult Transformers to ever own. My mother didn't like it. And she said, I don't want you going outside with that because he transformed into a P-38 and it fit in your hand. And it was a gun. Yeah. And my mother said, no, you go outside, wave that around. One of these cops will shoot you. And I said, oh, okay. So I left it in the house. You know what I'm saying? DP Rocker, salute. Man, listen. Megatron was a maniac. We're not going to talk about his history, but Megatron was a maniac. How he was introduced to us. It was Autobots, it was Decepticons. 88 Sports Talk, what's good? And Megatron, with each passing episode, he was a conniving jerk. And all he wanted to do, from what I saw, from when I was a kid, he wanted to eradicate the Autobots, do what because they landed on Earth in the prehistoric times. Do what they do on Earth and then head back to Cybertron. Now, you know what's messed up? That war left Cybertron. They left Shockwave's ass on there. He was, let me tell you, I don't know who's more down for the cause, Shockwave or Soundwave. Soundwave was loyal unconditionally. Mark, what up? But Shockwave's ass stayed on Cybertron. The Autobots and Decepticons crashed on Earth during the dinosaurs, and them motherfuckers ain't wake up until like the 80s. And Shockwave was up there sitting there the whole time waiting. It don't get no more loyal than that. When he said, you remember when he reached out to Shockwave? He said, Shockwave, Megatron, your loyal apprentice is here. I was like, yo, he's been up there for 1 billion years. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's loyal. That's loyal. He was up there the whole time on Cybertron. They was going for 1 million. They crashed on Earth during the prehistoric era. They didn't wake up until 1986. That's loyal. And Shockwave was just still up there, just sitting there waiting the whole time. I said, oh my God, it don't get no more loyal than that. Stormy, you ever watch Transformers in the 80s?
I only saw a few of them. I didn't follow them earnestly, but I am aware of some of the lore, and I laugh at that because the more recent films have gone back, the Rise of the Beast. You have to understand that those beasts been around a long time, man. It's like they didn't just formulate,
Right.
For you to say about how long he was sitting up there, it's like, I guess time in their time is not our time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sleep for them, it might be a nap. For us, it's an eternity. You know what I mean? It's just amazing how they do that. But they can put so much information in these cartoons, animations to really convey. And I think what it does too, Drew and chat, is it softens a story that they really want to get across. But you kind of take it at a lesser value because it's anime. If you make it all live action, what happens is that access of reality does something to you. But when you look at it as anime, it's like, okay, entertainment, but the story is still important.
Very important. Very important. Man. Oh man, that Transformers series, Megatron, what made him stand out as an after-school villain for me, because every episode he did something so crazy. We came to school the next day to talk about how crazy it was. You saw Transformers? You saw what Megatron did? And by the way, I'm gonna do a show on the worst turncoats. All right. And speaking of Megatron, let me see how smart y'all are. Or let me see how old y'all are. Who is Megatron's biggest pain in the ass? Go ahead, put his name in the chat. Watch this. Y'all know. Y'all gotta know. Y'all gotta know. Because we're gonna talk about one today because he's the biggest asshole. But there you go. There you go. Starscream. Starscream was the biggest asshole. He was the biggest oh my God. Starscream. During the whole Picasso was good. During the whole Transformers, because you gotta understand, Transformers was on, I think they did 2 seasons, and then they did the movie, and then they did the seasons after the movie. I could have it backwards. I gotta do more research on it because I don't remember, but I know I saw it. Check this out. Starscream, every episode, because he wanted to be leader. That was his whole goal. But might is right, and Megatron's the strongest. And anytime Megatron looked vulnerable, Starscream was doing things behind the scene, like trying to blow him up in a ship or some shit. And then he'll survive and be like, "Well, who blew up the ship?" And Starscream be standing like, that's who he was. Starscream was an asshole. He turned into a fighter jet. He was second in command. Now, fast forward to the movie, Transformers the movie came out in 1986, and that movie almost sent. Well, you know what? It touched my heart. Transformers the movie, it did, because things happened in that film, and
Drew, when I first saw that movie, first time at the theater, I was blown away.
In 86? In 86? Yeah.
Yeah, I was blown away by what they were able to do. Yeah. And how they were able to convey that, I was like, wow.
Stormy, that I don't know how true this is, but some kids needed therapy after that movie, because you gotta understand, it's 1986, and what we take for granted now, we're desensitized to a lot of stuff. But back then, to watch Optimus Prime and Megatron fight to the death, and Prime died, I was in the theater looking like, wait a minute. And then he turned gray, and his head went like this, and Spike's son Daniel cried. Yo, I got this pit in my stomach like, yo, they really killed him. I was like, wait, whoa. I'm sitting, I was with my cousin, and I looked at him, I said, yo, is he like gonna come back at the end of the film? Or? No, he died. He died. And I was like, there was a kid in the row with his parents behind us. When I tell you he started bawling, his father had to take him out the theater. He was like, no! And I'm like, I understand. It was messed up. I was more shocked. But this kid was like, his son was like, all right. He picked him up and carried him out. Now, how old was I? I was like maybe 11 or 12. This kid was like about 10. But he was done. He was like, falling on the seat. I was like, yo, he was tore up. But leading up to that, there was a lot of Transformers that got killed. First of all, they killed Ironhide, man. I was mad as hell. Ironhide was Optimus Prime's right-hand man. I mean, whenever there was beef, he was out there scrapping. That was his right-hand man. He was the opposite of what Starscream was to Megatron. Anything was like, yo, Prime, what you want, what you need? He was his ace. And when the Decepticons ambushed that goddamn ship, y'all remember that scene? First of all, when the movie started, what year did they say they was? Do you remember? It was the 90s. I think they said it was the year 1990 or something, or it might have been the 2000s. It might have been early, I forget. But it's funny because we're way past that timeline. But back then, the future was like, they had hoverboards and everything. It was crazy. Yo, when they bust into that ship, I just thought it was going to be like the after-school cartoons. They'll be scrapping and they might get beat up and thrown out. This was the first time you actually saw the Transformers take damage. Like damage, like cracked plates, and I was like, whoa, what was happening here? They ransacked the ship, and they say, yo, Decepticons, and they defied the laws of physics, because Megatron would transform into a gun and fit right into someone's hand. And he said, die, Autobot, and he transformed, and Starscream grabbed him and started blinking. It was 2005. Thank you, Jeff Spark. They killed Prowl. Who's there? Prowl. Red Alert. Was that Red Alert? Right? And they killed my guy, man. They killed Brawn. They killed Brawn, man. I never got over that. This right here, you don't kill him, man. How do you kill Brawn? You don't do this. Brawn My God. You know what made Braun special to me? See, at that time, I was short. I didn't know I was going to be over 6 feet tall back then. Everyone thought I was going to be short. They thought, you know, my dad's only 5'10". And I didn't know. They thought, because I was short for whatever. I just had a growth spurt in high school. And Braun was one of the, when the toys came out, Braun was he's a fucking not a pickup truck, but he was like what the fuck is he, as a matter of fact? Y'all can see this?
Yeah.
That's what he is. And they didn't look like, yeah, he's a Jeep. And he's a mini Jeep, but he was one of those Ford tough mini Jeeps that could tug shit. Sort of like a forklift is small, but it's very powerful. And he had a few episodes during the series that was dedicated to just him. Right? And the thing with Braun was he was small, but he was strong as hell. So when the Decepticons came on that ship, I said, Braun's there. He about to get busy. Stormy, they shot his ass and killed him. And I'm in the theater like, what the fuck is going on here? Because I've never seen him take damage.
Right.
Not like that. They were getting shot through. When they shot Prowl, the laser went through him. He fell back. His eyes glowed. He turned gray and fell. I said, yo, what's happening here? Killed him. I was like, motherfucker. What's happening? My heart was racing. That shit was fucking with me. I was like, yo, they just, how do you kill Braun? Yo, Braun was so gangster. One episode, I forget what the episode was, but he had like a bomb in his hand. And they said, this can't be where we're at because it's going to take out like the whole continent. Braun took the shit and threw that fucker in the orbit. And it blew. That's how strong he was. Megatron shot him and killed him. And Ironhide was on that ship. And they fucked them up. And it was like, yeah, we're going to take the ship and we're going to ambush Optimus Prime. And then they put the camera down to Ironhide and he said, no. Megatron looked at him, blasted him, dead. Yo, I'm in the theater like, what the fuck? This is not what I thought. Yo, we was not used to that. It was 1986, y'all. It was not the things y'all see now. It was not like that. They set the tone early. Matter of fact, when the movie started, you found out that the Decepticons took back Cybertron. You found it out. The Decepticons took back Cybertron, and you was like, oh shit, how'd they do that? They never got into it, but they said they took it over. Somehow they won, and the Autobots was on the ropes. So they intercepted that shit. Go subscribe to Comic Cons. That's my brother right down there. He put his link in the chat. He gonna be cooking later. So I was like, yo, goddamn. So they killed all Main Biker. What up? They killed all my niggas. You know what I'm saying? The ship lands, and then they start introducing the new Transformers. Hot Rod, Cup, who incidentally, Cup was an OG from back in the days. You just never saw him. He was one of the Autobots that never left Cybertron. So he was an OG, and he like knew everything and saw everything. Well, you never seen him because he was up there, I guess, with Shockwave on the other side of Cybertron or whatever the case was. He was an OG. So, y'all remember the movie? The ship is coming in to Earth, and Hot Rod looks up and says, yo, there's a hole in the ship. He says, yo, it's Decepticons. You saw busting caps at the ship, and then that was the Great War. So many Autobots that we grew up watching in the series were dead. Wheeljack. We were introduced to Springer and RC. Springer was a triple changer. All right, RC, there was no toy for her until later on. They just made that up. That was the early woke culture. They made that bitch up and threw it in the movie. They needed a female robot. Fine, whatever. She was pulling Wheeljack, and they put the camera down. I said, oh shit, Wheeljack is dead. What the hell was going on? I was like, damn. And the last fight, one shall stand, one shall fall. when they were getting beat up and Optimus Prime showed up, and when they played The Touch, yo, you got the touch, you got the power. When Optimus Prime came on the scene, he bust everybody's ass. He rolled over an Insecticon, bust his ass. He shot up the who is it? Thundercracker, and he shot up all these motherfuckers. He pressed these motherfuckers. Ran up on Megatron. They fought to the death. Now here's what people are missing. It was kind of like Hot Rod's fault that Optimus got shot up. But Optimus Prime went back to the facility and died. Megatron was still alive. And of course, what happened? Fucking Starscream happened. When they were in Astro Train, right? This is so fucked up. Stormy, do you remember the scene when they were in Astro Train beat up and Astro Train was like, yo, we too heavy. You got to lighten the load. So then he was like, yo, whoever don't function got to go. The people who are in the best shape. He says, we have to take a vote. There's a all in favor say aye. All the people with no damage was like aye. They say all who not in favor say nay. Everyone was like nay. The dudes I was all beat up, so they kicked their ass out. So they float in space. Starscream's holding Megatron, and he says, "Wait, I still function." He was like, "Nope." Threw his ass out. That shit was fucked up. He was like, "Starscream!" Yo, so he finally got him right. But y'all know the rest. I'll do a review on Transformers, the movie, but y'all know the rest. Unicron walks up and gives him life. Unicron is like the Galactus of the Transformers. As a matter of fact, did y'all see Galactus versus Unicron on Death Battle? Stormy, you saw that?
I didn't see that.
They have a death battle. They just put it up last week. Unicron versus Galactus, because they're very similar. And he came back as Galvatron, and he finally killed Starscream's ass. He shot him, and he disintegrated, and all that was left was his feet. And it was so fucked up because after the movie, they did a season after the movie, and at the gravesite of Starscream, all you saw is his feet. It was messed up, man. I said, God damn. That was messed up. But Megatron was an evil. I was like, man, this guy's a dick. And the fact that if Starscream don't throw him outside of Astro Train, he really beat Optimus Prime. He really beat him. I mean, that shit was crazy, man. But he was a dick. He was a dick. Now I want to switch gears to my next person. A guy on the lower right-hand side. Now, Stormy, you might not know. I'm gonna tell you who that is. That's the cartoon version. That is Thunderbolt Ross. That is General Ross. Thunderbolt Ross. Absolute asshole. General Ross is an asshole. Y'all know Incredible Hulk. And in the cartoon, he's a jerk. In the comic book, he's a jerk. He went from wanting to kill the Hulk to later on wanting to get that power.
Be the Hulk.
Be the Hulk, yeah. Wanted to kill him, then he wanted to be him. And later on, when they redid the story, when they upgraded the story.
Your wife, by the way. Get somebody and they don't like you, but they want to be you.
They're right. He's a hater. They don't like you, but they want to be you. He's a hater. So he ended up becoming Red Hulk. So he actually accomplishes that. You know, what are your thoughts about Thunderbolt Ross?
Well, according to the Lord, he has a real there's a word that I'm looking for that escapes me at the moment, but he has a way of being only loyal to what the agenda is. It's like at spare no expense, spare no blood. You know, it's like expend any blood necessary. He's a dangerous man. Ross is the type that even if his daughter is threatened, she's collateral damage.
Yeah.
You just happen to get in the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when it's like that, you know he'll go to no limits, man. And when he got and I know this is jumping ahead a little bit, but when he got the Red Hulk power, he still was all of that, but the arrogance of now having Hulk-like power and the radiation that emits from what he does and everything, that creates even more fallout or casualties to his actions. It's like he got drunk on that power. You know what I'm saying? It's like the dude Ross was a mother. You know?
That guy's a mother sucker, man. That guy's a mother sucker, man. That guy is something else, man. He's different, man. He's different.
By the way, I know you talking about the animations, but who do you think think was the best iteration of General Ross in the movies?
The General Ross from The Incredible Hulk.
Okay, that would be William Hurt. William Hurt,
yeah.
Because Sam Elliott wasn't bad himself. You know what I mean?
The Hulk with Eric Bana?
Huh?
The one with Eric Bana? That one? Yeah. He was pretty good too. Yeah.
He wasn't bad. That dude was something else, man. But but William Hurt, William Hurt was very much a, you know, but William Hurt was a damn good actor. You know what I mean? He could get lost into a role. There was a scene that he had in the film where he actually said, "I want what's in it.
I want what's in it." Yeah. That was like that was powerful.
And that channeled the comics.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
Big time.
Yeah, you know, so Thunder, R.I.P. to William Hurt, man. You know, but he captured the essence of that character because that's what that character is in the books. He went from being afraid of it to wanting to stop it to saying, hold on, this guy's property of the United States. And he began to master that, saying, okay, it's property of the United States, but I am the United States, and I want to dissect what he is, and maybe we could weaponize, if we can have an army of Hulks. Yeah. And then it went from that to, you know, F that. This guy is the army. And if I had that power, I could be 10 times what he is because I'm smarter. And he began to, when he hated Banner. Once they found out, because for a long time, they didn't know who the Hulk was. And then later on in the comics, he's like, oh, that's Banner? Oh, man, that pipsqueak. And they never understood that what happened to Hulk, what made the Hulk a special character was that it was an accident of all accidents. It's like it wasn't supposed to happen. It's like everything meshed. Anybody else would have died, but everything meshed perfectly to the point where that it can happen to him. Like he was supposed to die, and it didn't happen. And that's another thing that Marvel never captured: the importance of the character of Rick Jones. That character was very. You notice that he's not even spoken about. All right, but that character was very instrumental in the comic book. In fact, Rick Jones became a version of Hulk. He got infected with some blood. He became a Hulk for a little while. This was back in the I think the early 90s. You know, but there's a lot to be said. But Thunderbolt Ross is a jerk. He's an absolute jerk. So word up. Shout out to Rick Jones. So what we're going to do is the guy on the upper right-hand side, another after-school jerk. That is Serpentor from G.I. Joe. I had the toy. He had a hovercraft. This was cool. None may challenge Serpentor. This I command. Let me tell you how important Serpentor is. G.I. Joe is the code name for America's. I ain't gonna go through it. Y'all already know. You know. I know that, right? So G.I. Joe, the cartoon, of course, was bad guys and good guys. Cobra versus G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was the most elite of the elite. In everybody, imagine every discipline that you could think of. But
could I ask something about him?
Go ahead.
Because I looked him up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says that this is his fictional character bio. It says he was designed to be the ultimate Cobra leader.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Mindbender and Deathstroke combed the tombs of the greatest leaders in history to find cells with DNA traces.
Yep.
And these long dead genetic blueprints were combined to produce a clone with the genius of Napoleon, the ruthlessness of Julius Caesar, and the daring of Hannibal, and the shrewdness of Attila the Hun.
Yeah, Attila the Hun, yeah.
Serpentor is a brilliant tactician and a master of political intrigue, and was eventually capable of wresting control over Cobra from Cobra Commander. Yeah.
Right. Now, here's what they left out. He was also a narcissist. He was. They were if yo, there was an episode where whatever they were doing, Cobra was winning. They were winning. And Deathstroke was like, he said, we've won. And Serpentor said, there's only one problem, Deathstroke. He said, what? You're having all the fun. And he went to pull the lever. And I think he fucked around and pulled it too hard and broke it and fucked it up. And they ended up losing the battle. It was like, he wanted to be the icing on the cake. He wanted to make absolutely sure that if we win, I was responsible for it. I was responsible for it. That's what made him a narcissist. It's like, yo, you can't just, we can't just win. You understand? We can't just, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Right? So he's a dick. He was a dick. What made him cool was, the reason I'm bringing up the few seasons was because Cobra Commander was, he was a leader. And in the early episodes, you're like, how did this guy become leader? Because clearly Destro is more of a, I don't know why he's second in charge, but he didn't seem like a sucker. Cobra Commander, when it came down to him 1D'ing one of the G.I. Joes, he always ran, so he couldn't fight, right? When they went into the new season, right? The G.I. Joes had gotten soft. They stopped training as much because Cobra was kind of like on the ropes and they weren't doing much. And they introduced Sergeant Slaughter. You remember the wrestler, Stormy Sergeant Slaughter?
Yeah.
They introduced him into G.I. Joe. He became a character in G.I. Joe. And his job was to get the G.I. Joes in shape because they got overweight and they were, and I remember when they introduced him, it may have been season 3, Cobra invented these new robots called bats. And they were androids. They were like Terminators. And they would just walk on and you could punch them, but they were heavy. And he's like, oh my God, these guys. And they were kicking the Joe's ass. And then Sergeant Slaughter rolls up in this mini tank. He jumps out and he was big and diesel. And he's flinging the robots around. I'm like, yo, who is this guy? I'm Sergeant Slaughter and I'm whipping you into shape. And he got them rejuvenated. And Dr. Mindbender was like, yo, look, you know what the problem is? The problem is this motherfucker, Cobra Commander. The problem is this motherfucker. And we can't win with him in charge. We need better leadership. And then that's when they went on with what you read. They ran around the world and they went to the tombs of all of these great leaders and got the DNA. The first time they tried to do it, Cobra Commander fucked up the experiment, and it made a monster. And the monster was running around the Cobra the Cobra compound, you know, and they eventually got it and killed it or whatever they did, made it melt or whatever. The second time they did it, they got it right. And Serpentor, I think the episode is called Rise of Serpentor. And he comes out with this hood. None may challenge Serpentor. This I command. And what was cool about Serpentor? They got him that cool ass outfit. And he spoke with bass in his voice. He wasn't hissing all over the place. And when he met up with Sergeant Slaughter for the first time, he didn't run. He fought him. Do y'all remember that? They went one, and that right there. Remember, it's the 80s, y'all. We've never seen, because usually the leaders of these groups were always cowards. Serpentor was one of the first villains that we seen do that. And they introduced Sergeant Slaughter, who was physically the strongest G.I. Joe. But the strongest G.I. Joe was fighting the leader of Cobra, the new leader, and he didn't run. He went head up with him. If y'all remember, they were fighting, and they fought to a standstill. And that was the introduction to Serpentor. And then that led to G.I. Joe the movie, something else I'll cover. All right, but Serpentor, you find out later, he was a narcissist. And Serpentor also became the reason, his narcissism led to the reason as to why Cobra wasn't winning. So you had this leader, but then you find out that those great tombs that they raided, Alexander the Great, Attila the Hun, you find out that their undoing was their own narcissism. That was narcissism. That was the message in that. And they're like, well, damn, what do we do? And then you got to watch G.I. Joe the movie to understand how that fixed itself. Because there was another leader over them. But we'll discuss G.I. Joe the movie later, because G.I. Joe the movie was a slam dunk. But they, unfortunately, Transformers the movie, the animated movie in '86, didn't do well. And they were afraid to release G.I. Joe the movie in theaters. In fear of the same thing, so they left it to straight to TV. Playboy Plays, what's good, brother? Did you send me your email, brother? I didn't check. Okay, I'm gonna send you the link right now, Playboy. I wasn't even checking my phone. My bad. Hold on, give me a second. All right, I sent it to you, good brother. Salute to you. Me and him gonna be doing some work over here also. Let me hand out these wrenches real quick. Yeah, so Serpentor was he wasn't any better in the long run, but he was a jackass. Serpentor was a jackass, man. He damn sure was. Did you ever watch G.I. Joe around that time? I know you was a little older when it was on TV.
Oh, man. You know, and when the live action film came out, I tried to check that out. I was aware of G.I. Joe. Matter of fact, certain things like my daughter would watch and stuff, and I would see, but I didn't take in a great deal of it.
Right.
One of the things that I kind of like it for as much as I loved comics and stuff, even growing up, I had a period of separation from that because I had to get out, go to school, was going to college, and I had to get certain work done, and it was just like, so there's like a little gap of this
Right.
stuff. It was
Right.
around me, but I wasn't into it because I was doing some other things. But I'm just excited about this because it's part of our culture again, and it's like, you know, and then I learn from this stuff too because it helps fortify and fill the gaps that's missing from my knowledge on the information. So
Yeah, this was G.I. Joe. I was in school. I was a kid, man, and it was on for a few good seasons. And for me, it seemed like it was on forever. But then when I look it up, I was like, man, shit, this was on like 3 years. Damn. You know, it ran its course, and of course they revamp it and they bring it back. And I didn't watch when they brought it back. I don't know any of the new guys. The movie was The Rock Roadblock in the G.I. Joe movie. Was that who he was supposed to be? Was The Rock Roadblock? The Rock was in the G.I. Joe film. Was he supposed to be Roadblock? Because they didn't nail that. They didn't nail that. No. Oh, Anthony says yes. Nah, man, that was bad. That was bad. They needed I don't know. What's that brother name? He was part of the Expendables. What's that brother's name? Well, I'm having a brain fart right now. Terry Crews would have been a good roadblock. Terry Crews would have been a really good roadblock. And
there were a couple of characters that Terry Crews could have played, but I think he really damaged himself playing those silly roles and everything. And I think he's like really typecast as that now.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's a former football player, right? Crews.
I think so.
And he did himself a disservice by not trying to go the action route like someone like Carl Weathers or something, you know.
Right.
He went to the silly stuff. And even now, people don't take him seriously. He's hurt himself with that. But there have been others like The Rock, like I said, Carl Weathers, and a few others, John Cena. You know, these guys have gotten off into those kind of action roles and stuff like that where it's more believable to believe a tough, badass dude or whatever. You know what I mean? Not a lot of those guys are great actors, but they can do the physical action roles and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. Pooh Man says that the brother that played Luke Cage could have played Roadblock. So yeah, he could have. He looks. Matter of fact, he looks more like Roadblock in the cartoon.
Oh, you're talking
Racist
about
as hell.
Michael?
Racist.
What's his name? That played Luke
brother's
Cage on
name.
Netflix.
Yeah, he looks like the character Roadblock.
Michael
But racist
Colton.
as hell. The second season was when they introduced Roadblock, and the first thing I noticed was he was freestyling. Stormy, this character spoke in rhymes. Don't like this crazy sound. Tell me, dude, what's going down? He would speak in he would speak in spoken word. Tell me I'm lying. I'm like, yo, the next season, it was season 2. They introduced Roadblock. He was a big diesel black dude. I said, damn it, why they do that to us? But shout out to the original light-skinned Negro on cartoons. You know who that is? Do y'all know who that is? Let me see if y'all know. Who's the original light-skinned Negro on G.I. Joe? The original light-skinned Negro, who was also a muscle-bound big dude, but he was black. He was a Marine. Shout out, put the name in the chat. Let me see if y'all know. Let me see if y'all know G.I. Joe like how I know. Because I picked it up. He was Cajun. And I said, oh, he's black. He's black. Let me see if y'all know. Let me see. Who knows? Let me see. Do y'all know? He was in season 1, G.I. Joe. He was Cajun. He was out there. He's probably related to goddamn, he's probably related to Rougarou.
Dude, by the way, just a little side note about Luke Cage. Netflix did him so well when he broke out of prison and he had that outfit on and everything. And he was sleeping in the night, and he ran and he saw his reflection
He said,
in that glass.
I look like a damn fool.
Dude, I remember that. Because they had him looking just like he looked in the 70s comics, right?
Yup. Afro. Bro.
That was great.
That was funny. Nope, it wasn't Ripcord. It was Gung Ho. Look up his bio. It was Gung Ho. He was a big light-skinned Negro. He was he was Cajun, and there was an episode where the Cobra was kidnapping everyone's family. And then when they went to Gung Ho's family, at the end of the episode, he said, "Oh, my family?" He said, "No, they're gonna be all right." Baroness ran up in the swamp with the Cobra troops. Surrender! And they were just looking at them. They turned around. They kept eating their food. They was like, "Yo, we said surrender." His family was deep. His family was super thugs, and they beat their ass and tied them up. And Baroness ran off running. I was like, "Oh no, we don't fuck with Gung." Gung Ho was like, "Oh, my family? They're gonna be all right." By the time G.I. Joe got there, they had those Cobra troops all tied up around trees. They lived in the swamp. That's what he was always talking about, eating Cajun gumbo. And I'm looking at him. I said, "Yo," and the toy, it's like they nail it with certain things. You knew that he wasn't white, and he had a bald head, and he had a cap on. I said, "Nah, he's black." And then when I read the back of the box, I believe he was from New Orleans somewhere around there.
Cajun.
He was Cajun, so he was black. Platt Boy Plays in the building. What's good?
What it do, man? What it do? What's popping, man? I apologize. I got like a lot of festivities going on behind me, so you know.
Yeah, myself too. I gotta get out of here in about maybe next 15-20 minutes. Yeah, but I had to get this going, man. I'm so excited, man. And that's why I hit you up on the gram. I gotta give you I forgot I didn't even give you my phone number. I gotta drop that for you.
Yeah, just hit me up. One thing I heard y'all talking about Terry Crews. Was he wasn't believable in Expendables?
By that time, no.
Okay. Because I when you said talking about Roadblock, I did see he was the first guy I pictured. But every time I think about him, it's like the roles he playing like Friday After Next, man. Like
it's like every time how do you come back from that?
Yeah, it's rough. It's tough.
It's like it'd be like putting Eddie Murphy in a serious romance movie. It's like that's Eddie fucking Murphy. You can't take that. That's right, Mr. Shelton. He's Creole. That's what he is. Louisiana. That's what you're right. You're right. He's from Louisiana. He's Creole. He's a light-skinned Negro. He's from out there.
The salute, Stormy. My bad.
Salute, man. How you doing?
Merry Christmas, good, man. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Yes, so so much to cover. I'm gonna do an isolated review of Transformers, a movie. I'm gonna do one on a G.I. Joe, the movie. Each character, like I said, G.I. Joe, when you pay attention, there's some of the shit that, if you take it the wrong way, you might get offended. So, like Roadblock was rapping, damn it. He was rapping. I'm like, why they got this brother rapping? What the fuck are they doing? It's kind of racist, man. But, you kind of appreciate it, but you was kind of like on the fence about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn it. But salute to G.I. Joe. They did the best they could. I remember the episode with Spirit. That same episode when they were kidnapping families. When he went back to his reservation, the elders was like, why did you help the white man? They fucking said that. It's 1985. They're saying that on TV. And Spirit was a Native American G.I. Joe. And he had a pet bald eagle named Freedom. The name was Freedom. That was his name. And when he went back to his goddamn reservation, why did you help the white man? I was like, damn, they going there. But I love G.I. Joe, man. I loved it. Instrumental. And Serpento was an absolute asshole. So I'm gonna bring the whole thing home. The biggest asshole on this page is that man on the upper left-hand side. Y'all know who that is? Y'all know who that? Flatboy, you know who that is?
No,
Upper left. Stormy, I don't think you know who that is.
No, I don't know who that is.
That is Prince Mother Effin Lotor from Voltron. This guy is the biggest scumbag. Like, yo, and this was Japanimation. I hated this dude. Okay. I think he shows up maybe mid-season of the first season. Let me tell you how, let me break it down for you. Voltron, all right. I would come home early from school, like as fast as I can, because if I got home fast enough, my brother would be home before me, but if I got home fast enough, we would catch Battle of the Planets, aka Gaicha Man, aka G-Force. So one day, I come home, G-Force ain't on. They said, Voltron's up next. He was like, what the fuck is this? And then we watching the intro. It was like, oh, okay, so we got hooked off the intro. Okay, big robot with 5 lions. And I said, oh, that's dope. So we're watching it. Look at Philip D. See, he know. He couldn't stand this dude. This was the worst cat. Oh my God. He's the worst. So I'm gonna do a review on Voltron too. So whatever, man.
They got a movie coming up or in the works.
Really? Live action?
Yeah, live action, yeah.
What's the cast?
They haven't got that far yet, but they say it's in the works. What I'm reading right now.
I'd be interested to see that. I want to see how. I hope they don't destroy my childhood too bad. Yeah, because they be fucking up. They can nail certain things, but then certain things they fuck it up. But you know, it's like whatever, man. So in mid-season, there was a character called Sven. He was Swedish, and he got into a fight with the witch, right? And her cat jumped up and scratched him in the face, and she went upside his head with the cane and knocked him out. Now in America, when the force showed up, Keith was like, get a doctor or whatever, and they told us he was in the hospital. Surprise, surprise. In the Japanimation, she killed him. He died. I didn't know that. They couldn't do that. Like I said, it was the 80s, y'all. They couldn't do that in 84, 85. They told us, yo, you partying down there, Playboy?
Yeah. That's these kids. Hold on, I got you.
Yeah. So he Sven, as far as we knew it in America, he was in a coma, right? Sometime after that, Prince Lotor shows up. Now, King Zarkon owned Planet Doom. You know, he's trying to take over the universe, whatever. And they enslaved Planet Eris, but the 5 lions were deep into the planet, and they needed pilots for them to form Voltron and to fight the evil King Zarkon. King Zarkon's son shows up. And we talked about Starscream earlier, how he was always trying to undermine Megatron. You understand? And when every chance he got to put the boots to him, he did. And in Transformers the movie, he finally thought he killed Megatron, but it backfired. Well, Prince Lotor was along those same lines. What makes it worse is that that's his father. All right? And I remember one episode where he tried to poison his father. But when he gave him the poison, his father was sick. And he tried to poison him. But the poison ended up making him well. And then he told Lotor, he said, by the way, if that was poison, the witch put a spell on me. It makes me immune to all poison anyway. And Lotor didn't know. But Lotor was such a douchebag. He was always trying to get the princess. you know, and kidnap her. This guy did everything that you could think of. This guy was a jackass. And by the time it got to Voltron had a movie, it was a crossover movie. And he created a super Road Beast. And you know what he did in that Road Beast? He did something to his father and put him inside the goddamn Road Beast and made him control the Road Beast. He was always trying to kill his dad. It was the worst fucking thing ever. This guy, you could Google the things that this dude has done. It's like, my God, they actually made a character like this. He's the worst. Flatboy, you ever watched the original Voltron series?
I haven't seen it, man.
Oh my God, that guy Prince Lotor is an asshole. I'm like, yo, can he just die already? Can they like shoot him or something?
Trying to kill his dad sounds like one of my friends around the block. So,
damn,
I got a guy
that's
like
awful.
that I do. He's in prison now, but yeah, he attempted that.
Yeah, but this dude, so many episodes. I remember the episode he fought Keith, the leader of the Voltron Force, 1D, and they fought to a standstill, but he takes a rock and go upside Keith's head and knocks him out. He's like, well, we killed the leader of the Black Lion, so let's but you know, of course, Keith ain't die, but Prince Lotor was an asshole. When he showed up, the whole show just switched. I was like, yeah, I hope Zarkon kills this dude. That shit was crazy. My God, Prince Lotor. But since we're on that topic, can y'all think of any villains outside of the four that I mentioned that y'all could think of from any cartoon that you was like, man, this guy's a jerk?
Man,
I thought of like 13, but I only have room for 4. But anyone that y'all could think of?
Man, Scar from Lion King, man.
Oh man! Holy cow!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I mean, throw
Absolute asshole.
Throw my brother in the canyon with a stampede going on. Come on, man. Like this, yeah, he pretty low down and dirty.
And you know how Disney catches the expressions on their face when he watched his brother drop him. He was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Damn." And you're looking at, yo, did you see
the
that
anger
in the
in
movie?
his face when he put the claws in Mufasa's hand, like like that shot right there? Yeah, man. That was it right there. That's it for me. Between him and Joker.
Did you see that when you was young in the movies?
Yeah. I was maybe 11, 12, something like that.
Oh man, how did that hit you?
It
fucking kids up.
You know, going to watch Lion King, you definitely wasn't expecting to see that part, because it was a child movie, but to have like that part in it, like it opened up. That was when the Disney movies started including more like sensitive topics and stuff like that, like murder and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good one though. It was a good one.
What about you, Stormy? Anyone you could think of?
I'm not right now. It doesn't come to mind because you've touched on some real outstanding characters that set these characters apart. The only thing that I could think of close to that, it would be more live action, but not from animation. Because one of the things I have to say is like, and I told you this in the past, I don't have a real strong animation background, and I wouldn't want to sound foolish saying something that doesn't apply. So, but coming to mind right now for me, I was trying to think of something and I can't, not at the moment.
That's all good. Because like I said, a lot of stuff that I'm talking about here, you're a little older than me. You was in other things. You know what I'm saying? You was already dealing with women and everything else. You know what I'm saying? I was still, playing tag in the street. You know what I'm saying?
And Voltron is like
to the comics and stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Got me in trouble.
Voltron is right when I started watching, like, my Saturday morning cartoons was like the Ninja Turtle era. You know what I'm saying? Like I caught like the end of Thundercats into like Ninja Turtles and that the Batman cartoons and stuff like Spider-Man.
Yeah, I had to leave Skeletor off of here. Mumra, Monstar. Damn. I didn't put anybody from Dragon Ball Z up here, but we could talk about it real quick, because of my tank top right here. Frieza is a ginormous asshole. Stormy, you know what this motherfucker Frieza did? Frieza. Let me see if I can get a picture of Frieza. I can. Let me get a picture of Frieza.
Hello, you monkeys.
Yep, that's the yeah, that's the guy.
Frieza. Yeah,
that's the guy, Stormy. Let me get this picture so you can see who he is. Let me get a good picture. What the fuck? Here we go. See if it let me save it. All right, this is a good picture. I have to convert it real quick. Okay, it won't let me. All right, well, anyway, here's what I'll do. Share screen. This is Frieza. First of all, he looked like a homo. That's him. That's Frieza. All right. This is also where's that? This is also Frieza.
Hello, monkeys.
That's him. And he's
Dude,
calling.
that is a great clip, man. It's so, I mean, it's multifaceted. It's like you can drop that at any time, but
I'm gonna tell you something.
I love that.
I'm gonna tell you something. There's gems in Dragon Ball that people are not paying attention to. And let me say this. I'm gonna lay this out for you, Stormy. Now watch this. All right. Look at Frieza. What color is he right there? Majority. He's white.
Great. Yeah.
He's white. He's majority of him is white. Now watch this. He's a pipsqueak. But he's very strong. He's very strong. Now watch this. And look, I'm going to piece this together. And I promise you, y'all never thought of this. You know who he's talking to when he says, hello, monkeys? He's talking to a group of Saiyans. Saiyans, it was a planet of people.
Yeah, ape-like
that were
humanoids.
very strong. And when they saw a full moon, they turned into apes. And you could take one Saiyan and send him to a planet by himself, and he'll take the planet over. They were savages, and they were angry all the time. But Frieza, you know what power he had that the Saiyans didn't have? First of all, 1D, he was stronger than them. But he could blow up planets. He could blow up planets with his power. He goes like this, and the ball comes, and he goes like this. He blow up a whole planet. But he didn't do the work. He just hired these monkeys to do the work. Right? And there was a legend of a legendary Super Saiyan who would pretty much rise up through the ranks and can kick his ass. Right? Try and follow me on this, y'all. I need y'all to pay attention.
This sounds so much like real life. That's why I'm
Now watch this. Watch this. In the movie, the original movie, Broly was the legendary Super Saiyan, but they stabbed him and killed him and his father, and threw his ass out in the space. But Broly survived. But him and Frieza never crossed paths in the movie. The guy that came up through the ranks to eventually fight Frieza was Goku, aka Kakarot. That was his Saiyan name. Frieza had it out with Goku's father, named Bardock. Bardock, they went to a planet and took over this planet, but the race of people was able to make them see visions into the future. So Bardock said, you know, I'm gonna take. We got to beat Frieza. We got to come from up under this guy's reign. So they formed some sort of military coup. He went to go fight Frieza, and Frieza blows up the planet Vegeta, which is where the Saiyans lived. Vegeta, King Vegeta, it's a deep story. King Vegeta was in charge. Prince Vegeta wasn't on the planet when it got blown up, but he still worked. Frieza killed his father, blew up the planet, but Vegeta and Nappa at the time were the only Saiyans left, still working for Frieza. So Vegeta was working for the dude that not only killed his father, but killed his whole race of people. But the whole time he was scheming on trying to get Frieza back, right? Goku landed on Earth and had an event where he lost his killer instinct, right? He had a little accident. He fell, hit his head, and then he turned like into a nice being. Didn't know why he was that strong, but developed it. Years later, with, you know, things happening in between, years of fighting Frieza, and his power goes to another level. He ends up kicking Frieza's ass and actually kills him. Now, this little white motherfucker takes over a whole planet, not a continent, a planet, and is calling them monkeys. Let that marinate for a second. Let that marinate for a second. What Akira Toriyama invented Dragon Ball Z. He created it. Is he not in tune as to what the fuck he's doing there? There's not a black Saiyan in sight. But what do you think he was saying? This little white motherfucker turns out to be not as strong as you made out to be, because what you find out is if Saiyans really tuned in to who they are, they could have beat Frieza's ass, man. Fuck this. The Saiyans are the niggas.
Hello, monkeys.
Be looking at it different, man.
Bro, when I saw the story, I said, oh shit, they're going there. And they eventually kick Frieza's. Well, Goku eventually kicks Frieza's ass. He comes back several times, but it is what it is. But fuck Frieza. But listen, man. It's Christmas. I gotta bust some moves. I gotta go pick up my mom, and I gotta go take I got something in the oven right now. I gotta go take that out. Man, look, this is a great first episode. Get the feet wet. I don't know when I'm doing this next time. I gotta move some stuff around. But we definitely gonna get together. We're gonna kick it, man. I'm already sensing the vibes here. This is gonna be fun, man. And you know, Plat Boy, I'm gonna hit you up and find out, you know, what you want to do here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing everything. Video games, we're gonna be doing a little bit of everything over here.
Yeah, we ought to do you know, the boxing game is out on PC, and we could do some like
It's out on PC now?
Yeah, it's on PC now, so
I'm gonna pick that up.
It's not on console right now, but you know, we could.
Is it ever gonna come on console?
They're planning a release, but you know, it usually takes a while. But
yeah, that roster's crazy.
Yeah, it is, and they just added. I think they just added a few people too. So I can't remember who, but they added like 3 or 4 more fighters to the roster. So
all right,
that's something dope.
Right. That roster is insane. That roster is insane. I never seen nothing like that.
Yeah, it is. They don't have Errol Spence though.
What?
Yeah, and Errol actually commented on it. He said that the people never approached him about it. I'm like, come on, man.
How you gonna have Bud in the game? Don't have Errol?
That's good question.
They're gonna have a creative character thing on there.
Yeah, they're gonna have that and like some career stuff, but it's still kind of like in a beta form, but it's released where you can fight online and you know, local fights.
Yeah, but boxing games is my shit, man. Yeah, we definitely do that. Boxing games is my shit. I still play Fight Night Round Champion. I still play.
Yeah? Get on, man.
I still got my PS3 connected, man.
Yeah,
I'm nice with that.
Oh man, I got my son the PS5 for Christmas, and I thought he was about to have a panic attack. Man, I had to start fanning him down. Man, he almost lost it. But yeah,
Man, that's what's up, man. But
yeah, I'm down for whatever. Good channel, man.
Yeah, man,
Not
definitely, man. We gonna build here, man. But let everyone know how they can find you, good brother.
I just posted my link in the chat. I'm a gaming content creator for y'all that don't know. Variety. I do all kind of stuff, and I also have my boxing podcast. And we get down like that right here on YouTube. Black Boy Plays, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I'm still seeing family in here. I'm handing out all these wrenches. Yo, you know what? If we whoever can make the meetup, you know what I mean? I would like to have a video game console set up where we could play. We could have the boxing games connected. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be pretty cool. But that's just something, that's something we could discuss down the road, man. But man, salute to you, good brother. Thank you for coming through. Sensei, man, let them know how they can find you if they don't know.
And everybody can find me right here on YouTube, man. Spark me up. I got something here I just wanted to show on the air. 2023 has been great.
Mm-hmm.
You see this right here?
Uh-oh.
This is a Shaw Brothers collection box set that's available for Arrow Video Blu-rays. 22 films.
Damn.
And it's like, listen, man. I'm sorry, I said 22. 12 films, but the volumes are now all the way up to 4. December had a release for the 4th volume. What I just showed you was volume 1. I've got volume 2. Volume 3 and 4. I have them.
Damn.
And there's a special volume which is called the David Chang and Tai Lung collection that has all of the films where they teamed up, like Duel of the Iron Fist, Vengeance, The Deadly Duel, the heroic ones. 12 films each box set, man, all on Blu-ray.
You got enough popcorn for this?
Listen, man, let me tell you something. The whole point is Shaw Brothers had a library of over 890 films that were remastered in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The first remaster it was for DVD. Run Shaw passed about 6 years ago, maybe, I think. And his mistress, Mona Fong, she passed a couple of years ago. So now those films that were remastered on DVD, they've opened them up for Blu-ray. And that's why we're being swamped with all of this media from what they've done. But their library consists of more than martial art films, which is why I'm talking about the ones that I've captured, because those who are into that. But they have operatic films, they have spy thrillers, they have monster films, so many. And all of this stuff now is coming to be released on Blu-ray, and they look like brand new films. Shaw Brothers had the best production company in the Far East during their heyday, which lasted from 1959 through 1980, and just great fare. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's available out there. You guys just need to go online, and it's right there at a click of a button. But I'm gonna tell you, for someone like myself that's into those type of films, I never thought I would live to see the day to see these films look so great. A lot of these have what do they call it, supplements on the disc with interviews and stuff like that. It's just a great time, especially when media is supposedly physical media here in America. They trying to pull it away, but you can still have access to the stuff if you're a collector it's right up the alley. So I just wanted to share that, you know, before we got off air, because there are people out here who are interested, you know.
Hold on, y'all.
Oh boy.
Yep, that's my phone calls. Man, good stuff, y'all. And yeah, we're gonna do a whole Shaw Brothers thing here eventually. You know what I mean? So great live, man. Much love and appreciation to everybody, man. I hope y'all have a brilliant Christmas. I'm gonna hit this monkey video on the way out at a request of my brother Big Joe Townsend. But y'all make sure, you know what I'm saying, y'all tune in to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back here tomorrow morning, talk some boxing. But this has been great. I'm gonna find more time to get this done. And y'all enjoy the rest of your day. It's okay to overeat today. Do your thing, but just make sure you work out during the week.
Get Platboy to 500, babe. Let's do it.
This year we gotta get you to a stack, brother.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're gonna get you to a stack, good brother. Hell yeah, let's do that, man. That setup is stellar in itself, brother.
Oh yeah, I got an arcade now. I'm gonna have in the background, so my kids got a little arcade system now, so that's gonna be pretty dope in here.
Freaky diggy, let's get it, man. So we're gonna catch y'all on the rebound, and this is a great episode 1. We in the cave, and let's work.
Yeah, come on!